on a bike again. I only mean one thing. It's an eventing day. Fun fact, did you know electric bikes are limited at a certain speed? So I think it's 15 miles an hour. I'm going up a hill and not got my gears very high or an assist very high, so we're doing 13. My legs is going. But when we got this bike, or when Mum got this bike, I should say, it's her bike, I was really excited. I thought I'd be able to go really fast. I did everything I could. Downhill, highest assist, highest gear, and I could only get it to like 14.9 or whatever it was. I was thinking that I was really useless, and I realised I could go faster on my ordinary bike. So just bear it in mind, guys, if you're purchasing a electronic bike, they're not for speed, they are for comfort and convenience. Ooh, must turn. They are amazing though. This is not an ad, by the way. I'm just raving about the bike because we love it. Right then, let's get cracking. All right then, so it is Maggie eventing today, finally. We have not been out since we did our first novice at Norton Disney, which was at the start of April. So we're now at the start of June. We've had 2 events cancel, a rerouted event that I was trying to go to I withdrew from because of the ground, so we're quite excited to get back out again. But yeah, just to catch you up to speed, Maggie's also had a 2-week holiday on the run up to this, because we were due to go to Rockingham and we went cross-country schooling about 10 days before, and yeah, we had a bit of a whoopsie right at the end of the schooling session, which is quite typical. The ground wasn't amazing, but by the same token, we knew we wouldn't be competing on perfect ground at Rockingham, so I was trying to get our skills up to deal with slightly deeper going. And then as it was, we came to our last combination that we were going to jump, and she slid on takeoff, got her feet over the fence, and then ended up pulling back to try and get back off of the fence because we effectively were stuck on it, and yanked the back of her legs. I don't know why I'm showing my arm. The back of her legs, so where there's all those lovely soft tissue processes, she yanked them to the extent she pulled her cross-country boots down and pulled a guard out of it. So it wasn't pretty. If you follow me on Instagram, I've already explained all of this on my stories, but just so that everybody's up to speed, we then got her scanned 2 days later to scan all of her tendons and ligaments and check it was okay. She was slightly inflamed and bruised. The scan basically showed what you could tell from the outside, that she was slightly inflamed and bruised and wasn't showing any weakening or tears or damage, etc. So we made a plan. She was completely sound as well. We then were sort of effectively just doing this to beat belts and braces and be absolutely sure that she was okay. And the vet suggested that we waited 2 weeks to make sure that the inflammation went down, and then we rescanned. So she had 2 weeks on holiday, which she wasn't best impressed about. She spent about a week of that, spending half the time in the stable, and then the following week I just turned her out because the inflammation had gone down in about 3 days. And we rescanned and her legs were perfect. So vet said she couldn't see any reason why she couldn't crack on, just to keep an eye on her in case anything came back. So we are 2 weeks on from that point. Obviously she had a 2-week break but was incredibly fit beforehand. We've then got back cracking for the following 2 weeks, and we have a slightly larger belly because Maggie is a good doer and it takes the work to keep the weight off of her. She's not had much grass in the field at all, bless her. But other than that, she is very, very fit, ready, raring. I'm not quite sure how she's going to behave. Very excited. Obviously not evented in God, I don't know how long. We've tried to get out, but it's probably been about 6 weeks or so. So we are going to Stafford horse trials today to do the BE100, get our eyes back in, get my mojo back a little bit, because I feel, you know, my last thing that I would ever want to do is risk hurting my horses. And I know there's the inherited risks with going eventing, etc. But the fact that we had that sort of blip out cross-country schooling, and I was scared that I'd caused an injury, etc. I just feel a little bit, don't know how to describe it, little bit apprehensive, but I feel much less so since we went cross-country schooling on Friday and she was amazing. She was so good. So with that in mind, I'm quite excited to do the 100, get back into the flow of things, because we've not done an event in so long, and get Maggie back flowing around a course. And then, all being well, depends on how today goes, but we are entered for our next novice, which will be in 2 weeks. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's get the pony ready and go eventing. Gonna take the bike to the lorry. Just packing the lorry up and nearly forgot a crucial part. So all of the tack is in, bar, ignore the rub. That would have been fun, wouldn't it? Good morning, everybody. There you go. There you go. Good babies. All aboard. Oh, we've got to, Loki's found a new spot to sit. We've got Amy with us today, and we are on our way. Mum is obviously in a pilot position, and we are on our way to Stafford, and it's going to take us
loads of time.
Lorry sat nav reckons about 2 hours, phone sat nav reckons an hour and a half, so we will see. We've got to put fuel in, but Maggie is on board and beautiful and sassy, so we'll see you when we get there.
I dance like no one's gonna see, and I love like nobody can hurt me. You might think I'm a little strange, but I'm not gonna change. Oh no, sometimes I'm talking way too much, and sometimes I don't know how to turn up. You might think I'm a little strange, but I'm not gonna change. For you, for you, for you, I'm not gonna change. For you, for you, for you, I'm not gonna change. For you. I sing like no one's gonna hear, 'cause my dreams are stronger than my fears. You might think I'm a little strange, but I'm not gonna change. No, you're drained by insecurities, while I see possibilities. You might think I'm a little strange, but I'm not gonna change. For you, for you, for you, I'm not gonna change. For you, for you, for you, I'm not gonna change. For
Right then, let's have a look at this dressage test. So we were doing the BE100, and we got an 8 for our entry with active entry, and you really can't fault it. She doesn't divert where she is. And then we were on to a 10-meter loop, so we needed to reach X and then return back to the track for the corner marker, which it looks really smart to me, but we got a 7 with need more supple bend. We then got change the rein with a walk 3 to 5 steps before X and got a 6.5 for this with a slow downwards transition. And I'd agree, she was slightly inattentive and was a bit like, no, I'll just keep trotting, thank you. So then for our canter left transition, we got a 7, and we also got a 7 here, and I had to give and retake my inside rein. As you can see, she doesn't change her frame at all. So I was really pleased with that move, and if the judge was feeling a bit kinder, she might have given me a higher mark, but that is her prerogative as a judge. We then got a 7 for our trot transition with balanced downwards transition, and we got a 7 for our medium walk, and then this is a half 20-meter circle in free walk on a long reining. You can see Maggie just had a little bit of a look around. I was like, no, you put your nose down, darling. So we got needs to relax and stretch forwards into the bridle. Fair comment. Then KA, so here we're in medium walk, and we got a 6.5 with a little hurried in tempo. That was my attempt at making sure she didn't jog, and I actually succeeded, so which was good. We then had to do another 10-meter loop, and we got a 6.5 with balance and bend in loop. And then we had to change the rein with a trot walk trot before X again. And this was much better. She was listening for my walk aid, and she did lovely clear walk steps and then returned to her super swinging trot. We've got a 7 for our canter right, and then we had to go all the way around the edge back up to C end, and we got a 7.5 for that. And then we got our circle, and we got marked down because her nose swang in this give and retake. You can see where she just flicked it to the side because I didn't quite have her as prepared, and then she got upset when I dropped the contact. So a little bit of a mistake there. Lovely accurate trot transition, and we got a 7.5 for that. And then we got a 7 for this change of rein with balance on turn, a little hurried, and a 7 for our centre line and halt. So overall, I think she did a lovely test. I think our mark could have been slightly better, but by the same token, the judge had some fair comments, and she got a 7.5 for her paces and a 6.5 for her submission and impulsion, and I got a 7.5 for my seat. So nice comments of attractive and all-willing horse. Fair basic paces, tempo a little hurried with some loss of balance and suppleness. I don't know what the last bit says. But anyway, we finished up on a 30.3. Like I say, I would have been happier with a slightly lower score. I'd say under some other judges we might have deserved a sub 30. But other than that, you know, fair test, and good to be getting back out in the arena with Miss Moo. Right then, dressage is done. She did a fairly sweet test, slightly inattentive. I don't know what her score will be, but we're going for a whole team course walk session now. I'm not sure where my mother is. Oh, she's over there. Here she is. There's a pony. Woo!
Bubble
Okay, I know I usually voice over my jumping phases as well, but I'm actually going to just let you guys watch, and then I did analyse it on the day afterwards. So if you're interested to hear my thoughts and how we got on, etc., just stay tuned because it will be on soon.
Go on.
But I'm not gonna sell my soul just to be someone you wanna know. Who you like is out of my control. I'm okay being me. I'm not gonna change myself just to make you fall in some spell. Rather be alone and be a shell. I'm okay being me. We haven't even talked, still I'm obsessed with you. Was it your milky eyes or your skin? I don't know. Doesn't matter anyway, 'cause I'm never letting you go. I know it's gonna take some time, but I will make you mine. I'll go the extra mile. I'll do what needs to be done until the race is won. I'll go the extra mile. If you don't love me now, you will love me later. We don't need to rush, 'cause I got forever. What is meant to be is gonna be. It's you and me, that's what I believe. I won't give up, I'll keep it up until it's over. I know it's gonna take some time, but I will make you mine. I'll go the extra mile. I'll do what needs to be done until the race is won. I'll go the extra mile. Put your faith in me, let yourself believe that I'm all you need. I'm all you need. I'll make you see that it's you and me, you and me.
Right then guys, we're home now. It's 9:25. The lorry's sorted. Maggie is out in her field having her din-dins, and I'm about to feed Donutty, who is just there. Titan's got his dinner and his rug back on. I'm going to feed Donny and Flint and go to bed, but as you can see, didn't go perfectly to plan. Maggie is just completely behind my leg, and we got through the show jumping, not in a fashion I'd want to, and yes, we jumped clear, but it's one of those things where, like, it can look amazing on the record. Like, beware if you're buying horses, it can look amazing on the record, they've jumped double clear, but you don't know how they've managed to, etc. So, you know, behind the leg squeezes 3 strides in a 2-stride double, and she's a good 16-1. So yeah, behind my leg for that. I thought, right, let's get her more off my leg for the cross country, which is what I did. She jumped some of it really, really well, but when she decided that she didn't like the look of the water, which, to be fair to her, the sun was glaring off of it, and there was a refusal, someone fell off, and another refusal before I came round. So I do actually think that the lighting had a lot to play. But the thing that I was unhappy with was she just completely and utterly ignored me. To be completely honest, she just decided that she was gonna stare at it and she wasn't going to listen to me. So with that in mind, I have a lot of work to do, and she's always been slightly tricky. Mum actually nicknamed us the one-stop wonders a couple of years ago, didn't she? Didn't she, boys? So yeah, she's not the easiest horse in the world to cross country or jump. She is so talented, but she knows when there's an opportunity, and sometimes if you've not got her bang on side, you know about it. So there's a couple of plans in the pipeline on how to work on that. It's just something where I'm pulling up short a little bit. I'd got her going really well. Hi, do you want to go home? Okay. I'd got her going really well. We've now sort of dropped off a little bit. I feel like part of it is that we had the stops at Norton and she's learnt that she's allowed to stop again, almost. And we were saying it's hard to know whether it's chicken or egg, because the stops I had at Norton were the fences where I'd gone, oh, these are question fences. So the question is it me saying, oh, she might not like it, and her like somehow being able to feel that, even though I don't feel like I'm letting on when I ride, and she's then going, no, I don't fancy it. If you don't fancy it, Mum, I don't fancy it. Or is it that I'm going, these are tricky fences for her, and I know that they're tricky fences for her? Or are they a bit of both? And actually, I just need to get her going a little bit more like the boys, who are a little bit more helpful when it comes to cross-country riding, in that when I put my leg on, they go. So all around, not a bad day. I'm just a little bit frustrated. It's I walked the course and I was like, easy for us, easy run, then we're ready for our next run. And then it's just frustrating that a simple fence, bear in mind we jumped a much harder fence on the way into water with a much bigger drop at Norton, and we were fine, other than the fact she stopped at the drop. But you know, we jumped the fence before, so like in my head I'd gone, that's fine, I need to get her off the drop, and then she flew off the drop fine as well. So yeah, I'm just a little bit frustrated, I'm tired, and I'm working very hard on a plan to get this sorted, because I want to put this behind us. What are you doing? I want to put this behind us and move on. She is such a talented, incredible mare, and she obviously enjoys the job. She has been miserable when she's had her 2-week holiday watching the boys go out. She's been whinnying and squealing at the lorry. So I think she's just one of those horses that is quirky, and it's going to take time to get to where we want to be, but it's then going to make it all so much better. And this last 5 years of having her has taught me so much. And you know, if she hadn't taught me all this, I wouldn't have been able to produce Donut through up to being really quite good meter horse in a year of having him, a year of him knowing how to jump. So I am so grateful to her for all of this. She's really teaching me a lot, and we've got lots more time to do the competing well, and we're home safe, well, all in one piece, sound, you know, which is to me the absolute top priority, especially with what's gone on in the last few years. So I kind of hold on to all of that, but by the same token, I am competitive. I don't go out to try and just get round. I want to go out and be competitive and, you know, sort of reap the rewards of the work that we put in, and the horses are capable of it. It's not like I'm asking for something that's impossible for them. So that is what we are working towards, isn't it? Right, these boys would like to go home. best get you strapped in to drive home, eh? Yeah? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that, you know, I'm just trying to share, like, everything. It doesn't always go perfectly, but actually there's still great things to take away, and I've learned something else again today, and it's what the journey is. It goes like this. It's not, we're not just climbing up a ladder, we're climbing up a ladder and struts are breaking and then we carry on climbing. And the struggle makes us stronger and much better people for it. So with that, we're going to sign off and we will see you very soon.